Yo, it's Crow, and unfortunately, I have to do an update on the Actman situation, and it's not really a positive one for the Actman. Now, I want to say that what I said in my first video on this subject, I still hold to. I definitely feel that YouTube has done this man wrong. I definitely feel that YouTube, it is ridiculous if the Actman presents what Quantum TV has done to him. It is absolutely absurd and ridiculous for YouTube to ignore that and then turn around and, ban the Actman for making jokes in tweets that he had deleted. Now, there is a massive size disparity between Quantum TV and the Actman. However, Quantum TV calling the Actman's mother, I definitely feel crosses so many lines. Quantum TV, some of the things that he has said online, I've definitely seen YouTube target content creators and hit them for speech that has not been anywhere near as inflammatory. But there is something kind of weird going on, because there's a lot of people who are like free speech, almost free speech absolutists, who are like all in favor of Quantum TV just being outright banned for certain things that he said. Now, I think that based on YouTube's rules and policies, based on how they exist on the platform, that Quantum TV's definitely violated them, and Quantum TV should be banned. However, and this is the part that really sucks. I definitely feel like the Actman is misrepresenting things when he really doesn't need to. Now, I'll give him all the charitability in the world here and say that it's really fucked up what's happened to him. It absolutely is. Having all of his monetization pulled, this guy is, his career is being a YouTuber, and all of a sudden YouTube can just say, oh, you know what? We ignored that guy who's harassing you, but how about you go fuck yourself? You can't make jokes about us. That's, it just seems particularly, I don't know, evil to me, spiteful to me, petty to me. But let's talk about what I have trouble with when it comes to the Actman. So, let me read this statement here. I tried my best to prevent YouTube from having the brand image it does now. One of a company who openly supports your right to use their platform to wish for death and violence against the LGBT plus community. And all during Pride Month. Now, look. When it comes right down to it, I think given that what YouTube has done to him, I think it's totally okay to rub it in their faces when they want to put like the Pride logos everywhere on Pride Month, and then say, "Hey, look what this content creator is doing here. Look at how he's harassing me, and look at how you're not doing anything about it." I get it, I really do, But like I go to his Twitter and I see him like retweeting stuff like this, and I have to say, yeah, I think what Quantum TV said about the Pulse nightclub victims is really disgusting. I think it's really disturbing that he, said he wanted more people to be shot there. Like, I am, like, that's really fucked up. I completely agree. But there's also an element that rings to me like you're kind of like digging these murder victims up out of the ground, and you're using them, to get justice for yourself on something that is completely unrelated, right? Like the things that he said about the Pulse nightclub victims is completely unrelated to the shit that he is doing to the Actman right now. So for the Actman to like be retweeting this kind of shit, and like constantly referencing it, it feels to me like he is gosh, this is really disgusting. It feels to me like he's standing behind dead bodies and using them as both a shield and a weapon as he hurls them out as his enemies. And look, I feel for the Act Man. I understand, like, right now he's probably spiraling pretty bad. But let's talk about this too. I would rather YouTube be a better platform without me than a terrible platform with me. And that's why I continue to speak out, even if it means I might never be monetized again. Content creators should not live in constant fear of being next on the chopping block. I agree with what he's saying here, but also, like, Quantum TV is a guy who's got like 66,000 subscribers. Like, in the grand scheme of things, at the end of the day, he's a nobody, and him being on the platform or not being on the platform, I'm sure it will affect some people, but like this idea that it's gonna, like, I'm fully demonetized on our other YouTube channel over some outright bullshit, and when I apply for monetization on it, it just sits around for months, and then I finally get a response just saying nope, not approved. It doesn't matter what I do. I it sucks. I don't see how Quantum TV being on the platform or not being on the platform somehow undoes me being demonetized on my other channel. It doesn't make YouTube a better platform, right? In fact, if anything, the reason why YouTube is probably shutting him up and taking away his monetization is because of all the drama. Because YouTube doesn't like drama. But also, I think that, gosh, I think that's the reason why they're not really doing anything with Quantum TV, because if they ban him, then bigger story. I think that maybe that's what the mentality is. But actually, the demonetization of the Act Man, let's be real, that's because he made those jokes, and they don't like it when you insult them directly. They're gods, and we are peasants. To be fair, to be totally fair to the Act Man, but Quantum TV being on the platform and not being on the platform, it doesn't help any other YouTuber out. It really doesn't. I feel like, justice for the Act Man, sure, but we got to be honest about what the guy said. We have to be honest about what he did, and we have to be honest about what we're actually trying to achieve. Which is like getting this guy's monetization back. I don't like Quantum TV being on the platform. I don't like the fact that he's doing this copyright abuse. It's fucked up. It really is. And the fact that YouTube allows for this shit is just, it's frustrating. It's so frustrating. But I just want the Act Man to have his monetization back, right? The other shit isn't as important to me personally. I think Quantum TV is an outright piece of shit. But I think that, we should all just keep making fun of him. Like, how many copyright strikes can this guy possibly put out? Let's be real. Now, I posted this yesterday. Two things can be true at once. YouTube mistreated the Act Man, and the Act Man is misrepresenting what's actually happening, and he should really tone it down. There's a famous saying, right? It's like, never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. I mean, I think the Act Man is making many mistakes right now. Let's see this here. So I said, like, what did we listen to the same clip? It's not just me, right? Act Man is blatantly lying about what the guy is saying here. So Act Man posted this clip of Quantum TV. YouTube, he's still talking about doxing people and their families on his channel. Quantum TV posted this 4 days ago. This man must be stopped. Okay, I'm going to play the clip in full. And you tell me if you hear that. Because I'm going to tell you what I heard.
But imagine, though, let me word this in a way you can understand. How would you feel if instead of my picture looking like this was your mother, this was your sister, this was your brother, and I had doxed them on my community tab and put their faces out there for everybody to see looking like this because I thought it was funny. And then I go on and I attack their sexual orientation and their religion unapologetically. I'm pretty sure you'd want it off the platform, right? You would get it then if you saw your little boy right there on my community tab being doxxed. You wouldn't like that shit 1%.
Okay, now I think that the comparison that the Quantum TV is making here is fucking ridiculous. But Quantum TV is not talking about doxing Review Tech USA's family, because this is about Review Tech USA. He's talking about, you posted a photo of me and I look like a little bitch and I want it removed. That is what he is actually complaining about. So the Ackman posts it and says, "Oh, he's talking about doxing people." I mean, that just seems like a blatant lie. I mean, it seems like a blatant lie. Maybe you guys hear something different. I mean, again, I think that the Ackman, he is in a strong position, or at least he was. But all this shit is not good for him. He goes, context of what he's responding to. He's upset. Review Tech USA put his face in a community post, so Quantum TV is comparing that to using his community page to dox RTU's family. Psychopathic behavior. I mean, it'd be one thing if Quantum TV was implying that he intends to dox Review Tech USA's family, but that's not what he's doing. I mean, I think he's baiting people into taking, having these hyperbolic takes against him. And, the Ackman is, clearly taking it. So I saw this posted. This is a bit of a back and forth between the Ackman and another YouTuber that I actually respect a lot, Willie Mac Show. But this person posted, what do you think about Dead on Dave, Willie Mac Show, Nick Diorio, and Tommy C analysis on the whole situation with the Ackman and Quantum TV situation? I'm starting to begin to see things differently with it. And the Ackman is blowing it. There's a stream that Tommy C had done on his channel, and I haven't watched it, but I assume that he's probably given a similar take. But I just saw this here where Willie Mac goes, calling someone isn't doxing, and I agree. I do agree with that. I think that what Quantum TV did is definitely creepy, and it's shitty. It's not even technical. It isn't doxing. To be fair, it isn't doxing. It is disturbing that the guy has people's mother's phone number and he's calling them. That is creepy and sick and weird. And I feel like that alone's probably enough, right? I think that that's where my head's at with it. But you do have to be accurate. So, my video, I had said that, he had doxed the Ackman, but, to be real, what he had actually done is call the Ackman's mother, which is, I don't know, I feel like it's on the level there, but you got to be accurate. You have to be accurate. This back and forth happens for a little bit, and, it's basically just, I think this is kind of stupid, because Willie Mac is right. Here's the literal definition of doxing, and then you go, yeah, I don't disagree with the written definition. I just don't think there's a meaningful difference. I mean, look, there is a meaningful difference. I mean, if someone gets your private info and then uses that private info to contact people, that's creepy and it's weird. That's creepy and it's fucking weird. But if someone gets that private info and they post it online, so you have hundreds of people now contacting you, right? That's totally different. Doxing can be so much worse because now you have all the weirdos on the internet doing it, not just one person. I do feel like there's a meaningful difference there. To be fair, it is meaningful. Yeah, I agree. Now the Ackman, this is the thing. I think he's being really emotional with this shit. Bro, I have no idea what kind of drugs you're on, but let's say we disqualify the doxing and the hate speech as you suggest. All right, we still have copyright abuse, child safety policy, scam, cyberbullying and harassment, harmful or dangerous content, and external links. I feel like you're taking this as me defending Quantum. No, I'm just trying to get everything straight. It's important to understand. You are willfully misunderstanding everything, just as you did on Augie's podcast, where you claimed there was no proof of Quantum TV copyright people. I showed you the proof of that, and you still didn't get it. Now you've changed the goalpost and are doing the same with the doxing. All I did on Augie's podcast is ask questions, so I got direct answers from you. I still have to verify everything you said on Augie's podcast. It's basic research. It's not me willfully misunderstanding. This is a good thing for me to do. I still have to verify it. LMAO, you already demonstrated your lack of research by not knowing these things. You're uninformed and simply being a contrarian for the sake of being contrarian in the face of undeniable evidence. Yeah, and Matt Pitt said it here too. Like, I think what's going on here is the Act Man is just very emotional. He's been fully demonetized. This is his income. This is what he uses to pay his bills. And look, I have no clue how much he actually makes. He could be a fucking billionaire. He could, barely be scraping by. I really don't know. But what I do know is this is what he relies on to put food on the table. To have that taken away from him in the way that it was taken away from him. I mean, the guy must be like stressed out nonstop. And I think he has a really good position against YouTube. And if his goal is to get his monetization back, he could really be fighting for it. But like this idea that he's going to make the platform better or some shit, I don't see it happening. I think he's making many mistakes right now. And for YouTube, them not responding to is probably the smartest thing for them to do, because they can just watch him, self-immolate and burn out. And, hopefully that's not what happened. That's not what happens here. Hopefully. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one.